Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. Here is the current situation of the 2024 presidential election. We're 2 months away, and each day we are getting even closer to election day. And what we are looking at right now in regards to the current state of the race is we're seeing something very weird. And a lot of people say it's weird, a lot of people say it isn't. But we're going to go over that today. And that's the fact that Kamala Harris is going to visit some states that she is probably going to win regardless. Those three states are New Hampshire, Virginia, and Minnesota. Now, to clarify, she is technically right. These two states, Virginia and New Hampshire, they are actually specifically in the tossed up range. So they're pretty tossed up as of right now. Um, as for like Minnesota, in this case, it is more so going for like Harris now that Joe Biden was out of the race, and I kind of agree with that. I think it's kind of hard to see Minnesota go red now that you got like Tim Walz, a Minnesotan, on the ticket, and who's probably going to make it more difficult for, I would say, Trump to pick up more Minnesotan votes. But of course, being a Minnesotan, I'll do what I can to to help Trump win. Honestly, those electoral votes, it's really voters in Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, more of the tossed-up states. Though those votes really matter. But I will still be voting in the presidential race. I kind of have no choice, but we're going to go ahead and update ourselves with these three states: New Hampshire, Virginia, and Minnesota. And these are states that are very likely going to go to Kamala Harris. I mean, let's be honest. But we can say in these two states, like New Hampshire and Virginia, they are tossed up. In fact, RCP is saying they're tossed up. Looking at New Hampshire, you'll see Kamala Harris leads by 5 points. Now, compared, this was much, I would say, better compared to the last time, which the I was what I'm blanking on it, but compared to the last few polls, I know RCP doesn't add a whole bunch of polls, but looking at like average wise in New Hampshire, you'll see, okay, Kamala Harris leads the average by 4.4. So yes, Real Clear is saying 5 point. You got 270 to win. They're saying Kamala leads by 3.7. So we're gonna go ahead and predict a Kamala Harris 4 point win in regards to our prediction here. So obviously, I will call this the counties that will go for Trump. So Trump realistically will be flipping some counties. That's the expectation. So he will be holding on to Coos, I want to believe. This is Coos County, and that's Belknap County. And it's mainly these counties right over here that Biden carried. But Trump is going to go ahead and flip one. And I would say the very first one's going to be Carroll County. That is a county that barely voted for Biden. It is more of a conservative county, and I would think, yes, I did vote for uh, Democrats in the 2022 Senate election that year in 2022, but put someone in a Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris scenario, I would think that realistically, this would be more of a closer situation. There's also Rockingham County, which does have an important city. It is somewhat tossed up also, going like right here. There's, yes, Carroll, Rockingham, right here. Okay, Rockingham County, and I would say it does have an important city. Uh, See, I thought it was a pretty big one. Okay, maybe it wasn't a bigger city. There's Derry. Okay, this county is actually not that populated. I thought it would be pretty populated. 314,000 people. That is a lot. But New Hampshire is one of these states where, you know what? There seems to be a lot of people spread out. There's not really one city that makes the county a very populated county. It's pretty much all cities combined. So, yes, I would say this county of Rockingham did go for uh, Biden by 2.11%. And I would think ideally uh, Trump would also carry Sullivan County right here. And this would mean Kamala Harris is left with 5 counties. So it's 5 and 5. Looking at previous results from like 2016, you'll see I had Donald Trump originally won this county. I don't know if it's like Hillsborough County or something. Let's see. But yeah, that county it went more for Biden by 7 point. So going all the way down. So yeah, Hillsborough County 7.65 for Joe Biden, and yeah, it used to be more conservative throughout history 2004 1996. So but it seems it does have a major city, and that major city is Manchester. That was probably the county that I was thinking. Manchester, 115,000 people, and that itself could very well keep the said county blue from there. There's also Nassau, I believe. Yes, they have 2 county seats, Manchester and Nassau. Uh, is it Nassau? Nassau? I don't know, but yes, this county has 91,000. Not as much, but you'll see right here. So yes, Kamala Harris will keep this county there. And I think this is what it's looking like right now in the state of New Hampshire. So that is our prediction. Taking a look at the state of Virginia, we have some updated results. Is there a poll? Well, let's take a look in regards to polls. Virginia. Yeah, the last poll Trump won was in that the day after his assassination attempt. Uh, but yes, you'll see even in at the end of August, Qantas polls and news tells us very bad news for Kamala Harris. Um, and that is that Kamala Harris wins the election by 3, and that's not good because we've seen a Kamala Harris hype throughout the since the for over a month, and you would expect a state like Virginia to be much more of a hype because it's a bluer state. Well, it's not so much of that case because Kamala Harris is underperforming Joe Biden's record by 8 points. 8 points she is underperforming. And that's really, really bad because Joe Biden carried Virginia by a lot, and that was mainly because of dun, 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 the black vote. Okay, 54.11%. A lot of that happened to do with African Americans. So now that you're looking at it more, it's making sense. We're seeing in this poll, yeah, a lot of African American voters are not too enthused with Kamala. Wait, I need to clarify though. There's a certain group of African American voters, the black woman, they are enthused with Kamala Harris, and that could be enough to help Kamala Harris just win the state in general. But as of in this case, uh, like turnout wise, Donald Trump still has a chance in taking this said state. So RCP wise, yes, it's called as tossed up. You'll see it's a plus 4 point, and that's not good for Kamala Harris. a 4 point. That is not good. Compared to Joe Biden's victory in 2020, where he defeated Trump by 10 points. Okay, 10 points, and you have Kamala Harris underperforming by 7. So this is what I think a 2020 a 2024 Virginia election would look like. So looking at results from 2020 and the year after 2021, because we're going to go ahead and see patterns. So the reason why Republicans won in Virginia in 2021 was Glenn Youngkin, who honestly I'm really happy we have on our side. We having Glenn Youngkin on our side to help win Virginia is a must do. And this is great because as you can see, Youngkin promised to ban teaching of critical race theory within state schools on day one, push against the certain COVID-19 restrictions. Okay, maybe that was the reason why there was more of a red wave in Virginia. But yes, critical race theory and just woke indoctrination in general was huge, and a huge pivotal turning point in bringing what Virginia used to be more liberal to now Virginia being more of a moderate state. It's now, this is a 10-point Democrat win to now a 1-point Republican win. And that, you see, a major issue happens to be woke ideology. So if Glenn Youngkin, who is really good at polling conservatives like suburban Republicans and MAGA Republicans together and working together, I'm hoping that we can. I know we're probably not going to win a Glenn Youngkin performance, but we can hopefully, I possibly win by a little bit, seeing that the current state of the race right now. But what is the current state of the race, and what are the county positions? Well, looking at that, we're going to go ahead and see Lynchburg would go for Donald Trump. Biden barely carried that city. There's also Stafford County. Right there. I think, yes, Donald Trump would carry that county too. James City, which is right here. And it's actually James City County. And Youngkin, he carried that county pretty well. And we also carried that county in, I want to believe we carried that county in 16. Yes, we did carry it in 16. So we should carry it again. Then we start getting into the counties. Okay, where we go past 5%. But Glenn Youngkin, we have Glenn Youngkin winning Virginia Beach pretty well. I think we can carry Virginia Beach probably by barely. That is indeed a possibility. Prince Edward County, a county that we did carry in 2021. I think we could do the same here. Montgomery, we're probably going to win Montgomery County. Flip Montgomery. Chesapeake County, a county we carried in 16. Can we do it again? I don't. There is no reason why we can't. I mean, looking at the numbers, 249,000. You'll see Chesapeake. It's just Chesapeake, 6.45. I think we could barely carry it. Same deal with Virginia Beach. It's very hard to say. I would probably give it a Harris, a light blue as of right now. But Chesterfield, Yeah, that's the county that went trended more to the left, 364,000, and this county itself 6.68%. Trump won this county. He also won the Chesapeake County. So I think we would give Chesapeake back. Chesterfield, Surrey, Radford, an independent city, Staunton. So I think this is a good count as of right now on the counties that Donald Trump could flip. Uh, as of right now, we're going to go ahead and give Surrey County for Harris. I know that county has been carried by Republicans in 21, but it just has a very long Democrat voting streak. I don't know if ancestral Democrats will be joining the Trump train. I'm not sure about that. But yes. There we go. But yeah, and here's the rest of the counties going for Harris. I also want to double check and go to the 2016 election because I believe that also tells us some stuff. Going back up, 2016. So yes, this is the current results. Of course, we can make some updated changes before we submit this. Well, we never submit these until the final day, but I also think the peninsula right here will also be conservative. So this said result was a Clinton plus, I want to believe it was a Clinton plus 5. A margin of 5.32%. Yeah, I think this would be a good result. So, yes. Hang on, I'm getting a call. So there. Okay, so this is our submitted result. Not our submitted result. So this is our final results for the said uh, prediction. So let's go to Minnesota. The third of the three blue, well, swing states, quote unquote. This is a state that Kamala Harris most likely will carry at the end of the night. Uh, and so in regards to this state, we're going to go ahead and look at that polling wise. I don't think there's an RCP. Yes, you'll see Kamala Harris did enjoy a said 50, a said 10-point advantage. And for some reason, I knew that there was one poll. There was one poll that had like Kamala Harris at 5. And I was going to say, you know what? This was going to put Minnesota in a very vulnerable situation. And I'm not seeing that poll. I know that poll existed. And I'm not sure why that poll is not on there. Oh yes, here's the poll. Right here it says Harris plus 5, and realistically it says, oh, Kamala Harris has a 5.5 advantage in the state of Minnesota. Okay, it's not as much as like you'll see this poll down here from July of 2020. Well, this is the Fox News poll, Survey USA. Uh, they didn't add that one poll, but yes, there was another poll involving. So I would say realistically, the RCP average is probably at, it's hard to say. I would say 8 or 9, counting the poll taken from Survey USA, or in other words, around 8. So ideally, I would expect Kamala Harris to. I would see, obviously, she carries the Iron Range, the Twin Cities, obviously, and she probably gets the benefit in these 4 counties here, mainly Clay, Nicollet County, Blue Earth County, and Olmsted County. And you have Carlton County and Winona County that are really in the toss ups. And then again, I just wish uh, we had the RCP, but I'm going to go ahead and make a projection, though. Looking at county wise, these are the counties that I think Donald Trump is going to be carrying. Okay, Carlton and Winona counties, I think will go for Trump this time, seeing that they barely went for Joe Biden in 2020. You'll see these 2 counties, Carlton, Winona counties, very barely going for Joe Biden. You'll see. Yeah, maybe Carlton went for Biden a little bit more, but yeah, Winona County especially. Uh, or you could have like Carlton give Carlton County for Kamala. I still think that wouldn't make much of a difference. Uh, yeah, this county also did uh like going to the 2020 election. Yes, here's our friend Tampon Tim. He managed to carry Carlton County barely. Very, very small amount, uh, county wise. Uh, yes, actually, he managed to carry it by 4.2. That actually was very good. But Winona actually went for Scott Jensen. They distanced themselves from Waltz. And looking at the 2018 results, Tim Waltz carried Winona County, not just Winona County, but he carried areas, these farming communities around Winona County, like Houston County and even Freeborn County. And that was because everyone thought Tim Waltz was a good guy, that he was a moderate, but really, that only made sense why these communities flipped Republican. So I would say keep Winona County red. Carlton County, however, I will say keep blue. I'm still not really sure about this being the final result, but as of right now, I think this is what it's kind of going to look like. Carlton County, sorry, buddy. You are probably going to stay as of right now for Democrats. We got to remember Carlton County, Minnesota has a long streak for Democrats. For Democrat Farmer DFL, you'll see voting Democratic since the year 1932, all the way through. You'll see its biggest peak was 2012, not its biggest peak, but you'll see 2012. 61%, but you'll see um, it went from 61% suddenly becoming a very compatible county in 2016. And Republicans gaining over a point. So I could say, you know what? It's not over in Carlton County. You don't need Carlton County to win because really this county has no people in it except for Cloquet and some Duluth suburbs. But you know what? This county, at the end of the night, it's not the end of the world if we don't win it. But what do you guys think in regarding to our three-state prediction? Trump, in the end of the night, wins 177 counties. Kamala Harris, 53 counties. What do you guys think? Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next political episode.